Steelers emerge from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the New England Patriots. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Throwing Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Johnson on the return. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry for Najee Harris. There with a tackle, Dietrich Wise Jr.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Second and 9 now. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation, and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
So the face mask moves them closer, and now 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. That's complete right around the 8. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. In. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6. And just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point. And it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And that's caught by his tight end, Dalton Keene. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now Jones. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. From the gun on third down, Jones. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down, this is Harris. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Back to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. This defense for the Steelers, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Operating from the gun. Jones. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Not much there, only a yard. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. They hand this off to Harris. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down. Touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. That doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice consistent gain.
Harris, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
New England on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. This is Smith with a grab. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he will have a Patriots first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. From the gun, Jones, flushed out right. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry there to to make the grab. And the Patriots get a score closer. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll get this quickly out to Claypool. And he'll be out right at the 35. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now left side on the swing pass. Room to run past midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. On the ground, it's Harris. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run with Harris. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll set up to throw. Rolling to his right. This is caught. Touchdown! Deontay Johnson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Here's Jones. A final shot before break. He gets it complete to Harris. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On play action, they'll throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Woods. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run again with Harris. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 41. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he will have a Patriots first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Jones throwing on 1st down. And he's he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. An option handoff given to Harris. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Back to throw again. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Jones now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Stevenson.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. Jones out to the flat, and that's caught. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They'll run for it. It's Stevenson.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Jones keeping it on the sneak. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Jones keeps it himself, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now here's Johnson. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. This is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
A little juke.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
2nd and 4.
Ebron caught left side. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This is Harris. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining.
2nd and 7.
They'll run. Here's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And now off to the races, down the right side, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Steelers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move.
76 yards rushing for him now to this point.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Jones. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault? So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
I wonder how they did it. What if they twitched a little bit up front, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Pittsburgh, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.